everybody? Welcome to the DST show live on a free Monday night football and Monday night Raw. We'll try to see if we can correspond with both. Well, go. How's everybody doing today? So I'm gonna find a because we're supposed to have a new world heavyweight champion after the battle royale involving Jey Uso that got negative reception. Talked about that around the previous stream. How they got like 90 something thousand dislikes. Jey Uso is not over. Not really getting that much of an actual reception outside of this chant. I understand when 20 minutes late I had to get stuff prepared. And now they're showing us Judgment Day. And here is Nikki Bella. Still with breast implants facing off against Roxanne Perez. One-on-one. I did miss the opening segment. Oh, but Penta's in action right now. And if you're missing tonight's game on the NFL, we have the Washington Commanders that are with a poor record on the road. They're 1-3. They're a game below 500, and the NFC East title is probably below their grasp, but a wild card spot is still for them against a 4-3 must win for the Kansas City Chiefs to keep the consistency going. The Kansas City Chiefs can be 2 games above 500, sparking. I think they're neck and neck still with the Chargers. And number one contenders match. We actually do number one contenders matches. We actually do number one contenders matches. I'm glad for that concept back. Worldwide, is there a difference between domestic launches for certain games when it's digital releases over worldwide launches? So why are they promoting WWE 2K26 when it's been out? Right now, there's 2K25, right? Or am I bugging? We be walking you, rocking you. Oh, I should add that. I want to add that. I do like Penta as one of the better luchadors. I understand Andrade after his how is he not aware of his not his cease and desist? It's a 90-day non-compete clause. You're not allowed to be working over different promotions, including indie promotions, under a 90-day period while still getting paid by the WWE. Somehow Andrade forgot that was possible, and now he was like outed outed for the last pay-per-view, where he was supposed to match up against Kenny Omega, literally included into the Don Callis family, and now that guy can't get booked. How do you even get that? How do you even fumble the bag not reading the fine print? Absolute idiot, Andrade. Absolute idiot. Do we have an automatic rookie of the year to start the NBA season? I'm shocked they got rid of Rusev's cool entrance. Yo, That already proves they can't make shit. We know that your shit's AI, your promos are AI, your scripts are AI. Have they fumbled the return of Rusev since he's returned to the roster after his longtime feud with Sheamus? And that ended around not that ended in Clash of Paris, right? I think that ended over in Clash in Paris. They had him lose his title match against Dominic Mysterio, and they haven't done anything much with him. And they know they're going to prioritize more of the momentum because Penta's more of the babyface in this conclusion. Even though Dominic is the chicken shit heel, here is O'Shea Jackson Jr., the son of Ice Cube, and more randoms, the LA Galaxy. So we're in SoCal. Sorry, folks. I'm trying to get the Commanders Chiefs game live too. Trying to go for the 619. And Dominic ends it with a frog splash to get the upset on Rusev. That was the favorite on paper. And then Penta comes with a springboard tornado DDT. This will end and you get rewarded. Yeah, Black Ops pre-orders are probably fumbling right now. And here we go. Oh, there's absolutely no selling with some chops. Rusev looking like the freak he should be. Ooh, and a super kick, former United States champion. Ooh, and a running bulldog. Face first over the mattress, going straight for a Hurricane Rana. And Penta's feeling the momentum, still doing that little strut. Going high risk. Tope Kung Hello. Oh, suicide dive gets counteracted by a right by Rusev. Oh, he's grabbing him by the headband part of the mask. Inzaguri to cut him off was Penta. Another Inzaguri stunning him. Tope Kun hello and a plancha from the outside. And they're probably going to transition to commercial break for that sweet, sweet ad revenue. Oh no, they get the replay. Oh, that WWE is actually taking their time to replay spots. Okay, taking the slow route. How dare you? Day, day, day. OJ Goroshi. Five comment. Oh no, they're just going through like obviously Ashley Taylor, Byron Saxton got downgraded to ringside interviewer, backstage interviewer, and Rusev is rolling out to clear out of Penta's momentum, playing possum and catches him with a right hand and chucks him inside the ring. Oh, goes right on that right hand. Damn. Rusev with those heavy hands like a retard. Not like there's anything wrong with that. Ooh, no. Running smash. It's so weird to see Javon Kinlaw and Debo Samuels be part of the same team. Devon Payne, Frankie, Javon. Who else is in here? Oh yeah, they got Marshawn Lattimore from the trade 2 seasons ago. Quan White. Commanders are without a point. Mahomes underthrown. Travis Kelce got hit before the throw. Ooh, trying to go for a baseball slide drop kick. Penta. Oh, face first over to the steel steps. Think we should be under a commercial break right now. Oh no, it's not. Ooh. Oh yeah, they're showing the Cavaliers Pistons right now. Mavericks are playing off against the Toronto Raptors. And it's 92-85 right now. Cooper Flag with a hammer. I'll put the score line for the Dallas Mavericks. Not for the Dallas Mavericks, obviously for the Chiefs Commanders in just a second. Right now it's only 5 minutes in. I'll make sure you guys are updated. Oh, and a massive hit. Still pulling him by the mask to just continue to punish Penta. By the way, WWE 2K, when I'm gonna get free shit again. And why is Infamous First Light costing me $14? This game's a decade old. Ooh, hammering elbows to the collarbone, continuing on that headlock, showing the dominance. I think as soon as we hit over to commercial break. Going over for that right hand up. Ooh, drop kick by Rusev. He made himself mad athletic. Rusev made himself too athletic. The fans are not aligning themselves in any Rusev support, and you're seeing the negative reception by the WWE fans. Oh. Hey, yo. I know he's bear hugging. Bear hugging doesn't look straight if unless you're a 7-footer, folks. Pushes him off the ropes, goes for a big boot. Penta stunned over to the corner. And Rusev gets out the way with an enziguri. Finally has him in a more secluded spot. Over the shoulder. Drop kick. One. Kick out. No. Penta obviously feeling frustrated after that. The did the Chiefs have a takeaway? It's back to Chase Daniels. Oh no, it's Marcus Mariota still starting. Okay. And Penta, knowing the opportunity is near. This has barely been with a commercial break as lengthy as this match has been so far. Ooh. Thrust kick by Rusev. It's over. Kick out. I forgot what Rusev calls that kick to the face. Nope. Shout out to Living Dangerously, not the adult film, the pay per view for ECW. Oh, game over. Time for the accolade. Penta slips out of the way. Penta driver. Penta driver. 1, 2, 3. Nigga didn't even move his shoulder. Yeah, the way Rusev moved his shoulder down the Penta driver, and it looks like, oh, okay, Rusev didn't know his finish, so I'm gonna just move over my body so it looks like he kicked out. Come on, guys, these are not good camera cuts. You can do better than that. Sure, 2.99 Wade Barrett. Sure, 2.99. We'll guarantee it. And now they're just trading blows. This should not be the case for Penta. This is not a blood feud. This is a number one contenders match. And they DQ it. And Grande Americano ends this match the wrong way for the number one contenders. They have to do a false finish DQ so they can sell a 4-way for a Saturday night main event. That's probably the plan here. Oh. The red luchador trying to do some extra shit with that little spot over the corner. Oh, but they're both gonna pummel. And two luchadors just toss Rusev over the steel steps. So is Chad Gable still involved in the storyline? No, I think I heard he was injured. So it's just Ludwig Kaiser with his generic legion of luchadors. Oh, but Rusev is not tolerating the disruption of a hard-fought matchup. Ooh. And Rusev took down both. Ooh, and a super kick by Penta. Trying to go for the package pile driver. But the United States championship match is over for the number one contender shot. What a waste of time. That felt so universe mode esque. Why still include over El Grande Americano into the U.S. title picture? Oh, now LA Knight's in a backstage interview involving the Battle Royale loss, falling short against main event Jey Uso. Yeah. The bottom line is the hard thing is taking that hush money by Vince, even though you know he always does foreplay. Yeah, yeah, you're a victim. Yeah, yeah. L.A. Knight. So LA Knight just practically said, keep moving forward. He'll be back with the world title and Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair that are still the women's tag team champions. Yes, they are still the women's tag team champions. About to match up against the ragtag team that seems to have more chemistry out of Bailey and Valkyria, but yeah, we're here in Anaheim, California, not San Francisco, so no bias locally for Bailey. Let me see what's going on in the Monday night game if they're still showing it. Oh no, we're under commercial break for both. Someone save me if you will. Oh, they're still displaying who's still the mystery man coming out with the shoes. And here's Grayson Waller with Kofi Kingston of the New Day. Unfortunately, I don't know where that nigga is. I really don't care. Yeah, I'm cool with black people. Trophy, because you look like Will I Am and Kanye doesn't mean you can do heel promos. See, they're not best buddies. They're not butt buddies. Damn, they Goldberg their promo. They Goldberg their promos. They just Goldberg their promos. Oh, there'll be a Saturday main event. Any of you guys know what you're now? I don't know. I'm not trying to be completely pessimistic. I understand what I bring up sometimes. Do you guys still dress up for Halloween? Fair question. I feel like that's a fair question. I'm just here for the candy. Okay, Braun Breaker, the Vision, Brunson Reed, and Braun Breaker talking to Paul Heyman. Somebody cutting him off. Next. Brunson Reed, what are you here for? What is this nigga here for? Just to be the cheerleader? Because we know something about taking over nations and colonizing them for our own monarchy. Am I right? Fuck you, commie. God damn, yeah, folks. Oscar's been here for like a decade since NXT. I heard she got heat over for what Goldberg said, like calling her some lady. I'm sure he's heard of Oscar, but doesn't really pertain herself to the relevance of the women's division that much. I think people really do over exaggerate the amount of like relevance Goldberg really actually cares that much about the current roster, unless they're a major draw. I do appreciate Asuka. I feel like she's probably one of the greatest Japanese talents WWE ever had. 914 days undefeated streak. Winning the Women's Rumble. I think she had Charlotte Flair in her first WrestleMania match. Women's Money in the Bank. Won the Women's Elimination Chamber. First ever Japanese tag team. Four-time women's tag team champions. Does that really matter for much? I guess the Kabuki Warriors work as an official tag team, legitimately. Five-time women's champion. Yeah, already a Hall of Fame career for her in her 10-year span with the roster. No one's ready for Asuka and her weird ass centipede tattoo she's been rocking these last couple of months. Oh, Finn, you're still on the roster? Yeah. Yo, okay, Potato Muncher, chill out, Munchkin.
Illegally. You know how I like illegally. This guy knows how I like illegals. Leave alone.
Okay. When's the last time JD McDonough? When's the last time JD won a one-on-one match? There's no shot he's being excited facing a man that can lift three of him, four of him if he wants to. JD should not be pretending he's a badass, folks. So I don't know if this music is going to be copyrighted. I know it's with the random background music because the Netflix thing. Oh yeah, I think you had to watch the Cavs and Pistons on Peacock if you wanted to watch it live on stream. And like late in the weekends, you get Amazon if you're a communist or you're a fan of Bezos. The Dallas Cowboys got the Arizona Cardinals at home after shitting the bed against the Denver Broncos. You can look, but you can't touch. So, wait, is Nikki Bell in the same circumstance of a full-time deal back in ring competition like AJ Lee after her little book tour? Dreaming of the stars above. Is there still fanfare between the Bella twins? Because they're not like majority draw still in the women's division. Unless we're counting Nikki because of the implants. No judgment here. Just trying to count facts. And here comes Roxanne Perez. And this is one-on-one action for a girl that looks El Salvador. I'm joking. The Judgment Day still exists, bro. In late 2025, it's just Dominic Mysterio and whatever girl he's in a storyline with. This is just keeping Finn Balor and JD employed, or else before they go all elite. I'm just saying they'd be in the same circumstance as Ty Dillinger or Samoa Joe. And I'm not even saying that to be rude. Ding, ding, ding. Honda Center hosted WrestleMania 12 and WrestleMania 2000. Early to prime Attitude Era. What y'all know about Raw facts? And it, I'm sure Angel Dust would be an inappropriate name. Even though I guess she's supposed to be a sacrilegious gimmick. What you can't touch, you can feel and the stairs above. The evil is still worse snapbacks in Big 2025. Trying to call for a fake handshake. On a slap to the face. Expect the unexpected. Ooh, and a right hand. Nikki Bella not taking the disrespect. They can't say Divas champion, folks. They're not going to say Divas champion because they still consider it misogynistic. And here's a drop kick by Nikki Bella, as shit as it is. Hopefully, this match is around T minus 5 minutes, 7 minutes. Minimum, they need to transition. Let's go, Roxy. Let's go, Nikki. Step on me. Oh, no. Trying to grab her by the hair, but attempted Irish whip, turned to just pull her pull her hair back. Head first over to the canvas, still wearing the Air Jordan 1s. I remember she was wearing LeBron's too, man. It's been. You'll be surprised how much wrestling I know, how much shit I talk about it. Over the shoulder, over the push off from the headlock. Tilt-a world counters, Russian leg sweep by Roxanne Perez. See the size difference. Perez trying to use her gravity to her momentum. That's not going to help. Oh, and the handle face first over to the knee. They call her Big Mommy Cool or Big Mammy Cool. Fuck the English accent, man. You can see my heart when it's dissipating. I still remember that. No, was it syncopating or dissipating by Selena Gomez? I know the song's like near a decade old when she was trying to transition more into a musical career after Disney. But damn, I swear she had some ass lyrics, bro. Raquel Rodriguez interrupted, putting her face first into the turnbuckle. Now Roxanne Perez trying to take advantage. Ooh. What's going on now? Has anybody scored yet in the Chiefs Commanders game? An edge into a post route. And there it is for Travis Kelsey. Was his girlfriend fiance watching? Sorry, fiance. I don't want to get killed by a Swiftie. That's the worst way to die. Woo. Grabbing her by the hair by any other fake feminist of a female wrestling fan wants to do to their favorite female wrestler. Trying to get it over the Irish whip, over to the turnbuckle. You can see the pain of the face of Nikki Bella and a European uppercut from the corner from Roxanne Perez. And now has her in a more weakened state to get her with that Russian leg sweep for the cover for 2. I do feel like in the semblance, women's matches come with a lot more psychology than certain men matches nowadays. That's the upside now. You can see that they sell more because it's more convincing because you don't like seeing a woman get hurt. They can actually sell their hair getting hit. And they just do a lot more selling parts of their body actually being utilized for moves a lot more often than you see men. Because they'll just sandbag it or no sell. That shit happens a lot more than you think. Perez still in the dominant form with Raquel. Ooh. And stomps her right in the titty. Now over to the collarbone. Ooh. And Perez now with the cover, feeling like she checked all the boxes, trying to push as much pain as she can. The referee only counts barely a 2 count. Oh. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome John J. How's it going?
Yo, what's up?
Not much, just trying to simulcast both Monday Night Raw. Got the update over. The Chiefs look to be in decent scoring position so far. Last
Nice.
time I checked. Oh, they put 6 on the board. They put 6 on the board. They have a women's match, so it's cool for us to watch a bit of football for once.
Yep. Yeah. I was planning on doing the second half of the game, but I saw you on and I said, you know what? Let me just hop on in here.
That's cool. Well, appreciate you being on, John.
Yep. It's been
Right now we have Taylor Swift on the put the camera on Taylor. I don't give a fuck about Patrick Mahomes. Put the camera on Taylor.
Who is this Taylor Swift and why is she so famous?
She made some country songs back in the late 2000s, and she became more of a pop star around the early 2010s. Transitioned more to a global pop star later in the mid to late 2010s. So she kind of been up there like a white Beyonce, but more marketable.
Taylor.
Just saying. I have never, and I'm going to say this politely. There's been artists that I've listened to that are outside of my realm or outside of my country zone, my comfort zone, and I listen to a bunch of different music.
Mm.
I can never understand why Taylor Swift is popular. I will never get why she's good. A Kareem Hunt with a rushing TV over the red zone with a 1-yard Gary. Oh my god! Wait, no tush push, no QB sneak, no bootleg into the flats for a tight end, for a fullback or a tight end. A regular rushing touchdown. Ew! John Jay, cut off this game. It's a basic bitch running play. Touchdown Chiefs. I guess they had to recall it before. Because there's a 6 on the board already around the scoreboard. And the extra point is good. Marcus Mariota is still starting for the Commanders, so this might end in a 20-point blow. As soon as I see Javon Kinlaw, I turned red. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. Javon Kinlaw. He basically, I think it was like 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago, he somehow got on Grant Cohen's YouTube channel and he bitched them out and all the 49er fans, oh my gosh, scary black man. Ooh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. I'm getting canceled.
That just caught me off guard. All right, we're into commercial break after the Kansas City Chiefs strike first blood in the second quarter. Marcus Mariota still leads in passing yards with 91 over Mahomes 79, but I think his longest came over reception off Travis Kelce. Nikki Bella, rear naked sleeper. Can't you wear that girl off? Yeah, I'm about to say, like she Latina as hell. You know how undersized she is? She's at least 5'2". Oh, caught her off the leg. Oh god! Every time she catches you in the second rope. 6-1, not spine buster by Nikki Bella. 1, 2, no. Why is this match still happening? Raquel Rodriguez into a schoolboy. 1, 2, 3. Oh, but the referee catches her off guard. Catches her trying to sneak extra leverage off the ropes. Oh, but Nikki Bella now. 2, 3. Oh my goodness, why this match got to keep going, folks. With the unnecessary product placement, sponsor ads. At this point, fam. At this point. This is brought to you by DraftKings. Oh, okay. Well, John Jay's under Discovery.
DraftKings. Apparently, DraftKings, you can't have them as a sponsor because it's bad for
1, 2. Finally.
So they would rather have a Prime Energy as a sponsor than DraftKings.
I would understand like the most niche drink, at least I see. Like obviously, like Celsius. I've seen people drink Celsius. People drink Celsius. Bang Energy. I'm sure Bang Energy is decent enough energy drink. Even
those YouTube videos.
I'd rather you drink Bang Energy and Monster, the most hillbilly trash computer swill out there than Prime. Not even children drink Prime, and I've seen the most disgusting things children try to do. And don't get me wrong, I did some unhealthy stuff when I was a kid. I mixed chips with my pizza. I've done worse. I got
friends who text me and send me emails about, hey, you need to watch this funny YouTube short video about Bang Energy. So I click on it, and they're like, hey, you want a Bang? And there's a guy's like, what the fuck you talking about? No, I'm trying to give you an energy drink.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I understand.
I was like, damn, dude, don't walk up to a random person on the street and say, hey, you want a Bang? They'll kill you.
Was that supposed to be a catchphrase? To say if they want to drink their Bang Energy. They're trolls. Terrible marketing.
That
is terrible marketing.
I'm gonna go over to a random man and I'm gonna ask him if he wants to bang me.
Hey brother, do you want to bang? The fuck you say? I don't swing that way, dude. No. No, the energy drink that's hogging the nation. Oh, dude, come on, man.
And then the most messed up part is like walking out to a random woman. Hey, you want to bang? 911 creep.
We can all gangbang together, sir. I don't know. Like, come on. And most of that stuff, I only see contractors drink that type of shit because that's supposed to jump their nervous system to make sure those guys have a terrible sleep schedule, fam. I would not advise anybody to drink Monster, Red Bull, Bang, anything that feels like it's, especially those 2-liter ones, those 1-liter cans of Monster that I see over in the Home Depot. That shit will make sure you never want to sleep.
Oh,
that
man.
Looks like that gives you night terrors.
I've never had Monster Energy. I had Red Bull. That thing messed me up.
I tried Monster because I had to get it for my shift. Because I only had, I saw I was going to blackout at like 2 hours. 2 hours left, and I just needed something to get me through the day. I swear to God, I nearly collapsed.
Jeez. I remember
It's not.
I remember one time they'd say, "Hey, you want to do a midnight shift?" I said, "You know what? Why not? Like working at night." And basically, like a midnight shift is basically like this is basically from 9 o'clock at night to 3 in the morning. It's called a midnight shift,
Oh,
and it's and
oh
so
no,
I was
Sanjay,
like,
I've done that before for the first 3 years.
and so I'm like, I get there at 9 o'clock, and I'm like, all right, it's midnight. I said, all right, three more hours, and then I'm like, no, no, my body started to shut down just before 1 a.m. I said, no, I can't do it.
Mm-hmm. That's how it gets you.
And so the manager, the night manager, was like, you know what, this is not for you, man. This is not for you.
Don't sue me, please. Go home. Don't sue me. Just go home, John. You don't have to do the rest of the shift. Oh, and there's a first down. A great first down for the Commanders. Who's that? James Conner? Oh, it's
It,
Jeremy. Oh, it's Jeremy McNichols.
yeah, basically at 12:50, just before 1 a.m., like I dozed off, and then the night manager like walked in like 30 minutes later. He said, dude, how long have you? I said, I don't know. And I looked at the
Oh,
clock. It's
hell
like almost 1:45. I said, time to go. Time to
no.
go. He didn't ask no questions. He didn't like say, I'm gonna fire. He said, just go home.
Yeah, because they know your body isn't built for that. Thank God they have empathy.
But other bosses are like, oh, we don't care if you fall asleep, wake up.
Hey, John, I understand you collapsed and you barely had any hydration. Just know, we're gonna dock you. We're gonna dock your time and say that you were clocked out. What? Yeah. I got it. We got to do it. Company policy.
Mm-hmm.
You understand, right? Oh, and he's asleep again. Nah, I'm sorry. Oh, Jey Uso's talking to his brother. Rikishi's son still arguing after he got a title shot. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I swear, going over the Anawai family tree is more difficult than certain math equations, man. Nah, Oos, that's my second cousin. Now, The Rock,
Jeez,
that's my second. Oh, no. That's
dude,
my first cousin.
Wingstop is gonna run the world one day. Like I see them everywhere now.
Really?
I remember like where like Wingstop was like still like a niche like place, like Buffalo Wild Wings, Wingstop.
Oh, when Hooters was big too.
Hooters is actually like losing stores to like
Oh, yeah, it's
Wingstop.
losing a lot
And
of stores. I mean, in the modern time, how they want to generalize women, you understand why it's a bit controversial to still keep in business, especially with your shitty wings. Like,
well, again, like there was a point like around like the early 2000s was like the peak of fast food. Like fast food was everywhere. Like from like 2005 to 2012, it was like peak of fast food. That was like the peak. And then more companies started to like uh just explode. And then like the monopolies of the McDonald's and the Pizza Huts and like Hooters, more competition.
and now it looks like McDonald's. You see, like the lack of personality with some of the fast foods from back in the day. McDonald's stores, remember the arches and all the fry based ceilings, and now they're just basic buildings. So when they get bought out from a different conglomerate, they can just turn that to another major store because everybody's just ordering takeout now. Not everybody doesn't want the fast food in store restaurant experience anymore. Everything got a kiosk now, and everybody wants like healthier options. And I feel like is an upside because
Well,
like if
also,
you remember Super Size Me, you probably
yeah,
watched Super Size Me before.
like like Hooters foods was nasty. People went there for beers, and of course, women is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But once Buffalo Wild Wings and Wingstop and people tasted their food, they're like, I'm just gonna eat the good food because people. One thing about people like taste buds is more enticing than a skimpy looking woman.
Mm-hmm. Now, Certain billionaires wouldn't agree with you there, John Jay, but you're right that people are just there to eat.
Plus, at the end of the day, like if you're like, because people invest in these companies, they're like, people are investing in Wingstop and Buffalo Wild Wings, and I'm like losing like thousands of dollars a share. No, bye bye. I'm gonna take my stocks out and sell them. That's what happened to a sandwich place called Togo's. No, not Togo's.
Oh, ooh,
Quizno.
oh no, Quizno. They still got some decent spot, mainly in malls. I feel like Quizno is now regularly like a mall, just a mall outlet. It's surviving. Subway, it's losing stores too. I don't know if it's like a health risk, quality control, like sandwich spot. I think Jersey Mike's is probably the best sandwich spot right now.
Yeah, basically, Subway had the monopoly. Then Quiznos jumped in, and people started because there was a time where you could not toast your sandwich at Subway, and then Subway said, "Let's toast our sandwich," and then Quiznos was like, "All
Mm-hmm.
right, we lost our, our market, but people love their food."
Yeah, especially with the health craze going on, probably more affordable prices, more customization. Because I don't think Quiznos you had still uh their signature menu. People want more freedom with the way they want to eat, so I think Subway always had that. Plus, they were a lot cheaper. Obviously, back in the day when they had the $5 foot long before the inflation.
There was like 5 Quiznos in San Francisco, California, and there was one like down the street from the San Francisco Giants ballpark. And
Hmm.
during game days, they will stay open till midnight. And because there was like 81 home games, it was like the go-to place. Like, and it was cheaper than Subway, and their food was like really good. But then, like 2012 was like a breaking point in the Bay Area where like everything started to go up, the cost, and companies were like, we can't afford to keep prices low. And at the time, if you would raise like anything, it would piss off customers. So they're like, it's better for us to leave. But then, of course, Quiznos and many other companies started to go out of business, and so they only went to certain areas where there was high traffic. So Quiznos only operates in high traffic areas.
like rotating around like metropolitan areas, like big cities. Like, ooh, Mario to get stuffed up. Is that a 3 and out? No, that's gonna push it to at least a third and 12. Third and
Mm-hmm.
12 right there off of back of Carl Karloftis. Ooh, that's a good double. That's a good double stop. You know what else was a massive flop? I remember all the Cheesecake Factory jokes. But Cheesecake Factory almost had it all. Cheesecake Factory had it all, except probably the control on their menu. I thought like their menu the first time I was there, it was overwhelming. Oh, Mariota rolls out. Mariota over the corner side. Wait, is that even gonna? I know that can't count as a touchdown. Oh, Debo Samuel stopped outside over the completion. I hope that was incomplete. You overrated bitch. Oh, did he have complete security of the ball? He did have a complete catch, but he was like one toe drag short. It's one of those calls where on first glimpse it is a catch, but he didn't have complete control after collapsing with it. It went off one toe drag. That's a clear incompletion. 3rd and 10 in the red zone at the 11. Mariota with time. A fade over the route. And it's incomplete over Terry McLaurin. And that was a good read. Oh, nah. I think they got to replay it. I don't want to gamble a challenge because it's still first half, but I would take it just to see if it's even a catch. But as soon as Terry had security on the ball, one leg was up, the other was down. That's gonna be a headache for some folks. Oh my goodness! I'm sure Washington fans are really upset if this is gonna be called incomplete without a review. What else? Shake Shack. Oh, gee, I've been to Shake Shack. Waste of time. It is so robotic in there. That place is not for sitting down and eating. IHOP as well. I used to go that.
Yeah,
IHOP
Shake
was like a
Shacks. Yeah,
family.
Shake Shacks are popping up like stores that would never like McDonald's. I think like McDonald's has become like for like the white collar workers.
Yeah, especially if you want to
And
go and
and, and Burger Kings are basically like in the. I don't want to say this because then I'm going to sound offensive. Like in the ghettos.
oh
I'm
no,
going to go to
no,
Burger King because I'm cheap.
you're going for a Little Caesar supporter. Before there was Papa John's is near me. Little Caesars always had me. Those pies that were super affordable, yeah, I know they were terrible. They were always there for me.
I hate Little Caesars. It's gross as hell.
It's gross. It's lukewarm pizza. It's like 7-Eleven pizza, but it
Dude,
looks
I was
nicer.
watching a YouTube video of like a faceless channel of people talk about like companies. He talks about
Hmm.
like a series of companies that were like booming and like were like great and then went out of business. And then he has a series about why companies like Little Caesars are so cheap and people buy it. And so he talked about that making a Little Caesars pizza, the dough is like a dollar, not in like $1.10, like for the dough. It's like it's super cheap dough. The sauce and the cheese combined is like less than 25 cents. And then you basically put like a cheap market price. And then of course like their pepperonis and toppings are like pennies on the dollar. So even if you like make a supreme pizza and you like the cost of making it's like less than $2 and you have like a hundred or like a $200 200% profit, you can sell it as cheap as you want. You're never going to go out of business. It's
Mm.
processed food.
I think the open ended of it, like unless it was like getting people sick, and most of the time the processed foods really not be dire. Most of it is just like, and I feel like it's misconstrued whenever people want to see what's processed for a mandatory thing that tomatoes have. Because back in the day, and this might surprise you, White John Jay, tomatoes were almost like illegal in Italy. No, 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 no. You think I'm joking? It's a big thing. Like back in Italy, you know how tomatoes are so big in Italy, but like the upper class, when it was combined with a certain metal of the silverware that back in the day with the upper class of Italians were eating the tomatoes on, was getting them completely sick, and it had people propaganda that it was bad for Italians beforehand before they changed the silverware. They treated that shit like the plague. They treated that like how we treated matcha back in the day.
I'm back. I had to do something. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
Oh, there.
We're replaying over McNichols. Extra blocker down the read. Mariota with time. And they're booth reviewing probably over that Terry McLaurin catch off the out route. It looks like a clutch on the first glance, man. But I know, like, you gotta like put it. You have to put a whole Sherlock Holmes glass on that footwork. But they're gonna count it. Touchdown, Terry McLaurin, 7-7, not six. Kick return back to the Chiefs. I was about to bite my tongue. I was going to bite my tongue.
See, I personally don't care who wins this game for pick'em purposes. I need to get my 9th victory, so I need the Chiefs to win. But if the Commanders win again, the Chiefs are having a down year.
Yeah, the Chiefs are having kind of a down year, but they could still be in the regulation to compete, and they do have still some core pieces. As soon as you still have that, at least top 15, top 10 defense out of McDuffie, Jones, and some key pieces, I still feel like Kareem Hunt can still average a decent yardage portion. With Mahomes that actually has a mobile game with him, they could still make games headaches for certain NFL teams. And they did upset the Detroit Lions, so it's still proven that they can beat good teams in the NFL. Washington Commanders. How long is Daniels out for? Oh, rolls out. First down for Travis Kelce at the 39. 30 seconds before the half, or the Chiefs trying to get themselves in field goal position so they can lead before the half.
Mm-hmm.
And they do burn a timeout. Luvu.
Hey, usually at this time, the earliest I would get home from work was like 6 o'clock, and the latest with traffic is like around 6:30 my time. But I have not been working in person in a while, and so I'm trying to get me a new job. That's gonna suck, especially with the job market in California.
I'm sure.
I'm pissed off at my employers. I'm happy and sad at the same time because I did not want to be there no more. Like their bullshit was like, and I hate using this type of language, but there's a lot of people who live in the Bay Area who are not originally from here, and they're bringing their culture from like what they've learned over here. And when they're around like San Franciscans or Bay Area natives, they're like, damn, you guys are like very toxic people. We're not. It's who we are. It's who we are.
That's practically how it is when you get people from North Jersey pulling up to New York. John Jay, it's been like that for decades. You got to get used to it. That's the sad part.
Yeah, like a
They
lot of the
think
old time.
everybody's uncivil before they actually meet them.
Yeah, a lot of the old timers who started retiring in the late 2000s and mid 2010s, they're like, "Whoa, man, I'm so glad I was able to retire because all these new young people who are taking our jobs are entitled pricks."
There's no other way to sum it up, sadly.
It is what it is. Like again, like that's why a lot of people ask me. One time, Kenny asked me, he's like, "John Jay, you don't act like a typical San Franciscan." I said, "Well, there's a
You
term like
look like you can read. That's crazy.
like I- I'm an OG. I'm like David Corona. Me and him, we used to do stuff.
We used to go outside.
We used to do stuff like that we're not proud of. Like Corona and there's some things that we're unproud of. But it's again like if you grew up in '90s California, you had to be tough. You had to like grow up. Like there was those like sensitivity. Like almost every kid of every background of every ethnicity. Oh, I may live in like a much nicer neighborhood, but I still gotta kick your ass if you fuck around with me. Even the kids from like the decent, not the uppity richy communities, but like the decent communities, you still have to learn how to fight.
Intentional grounding of Patrick Mahomes trying to roll out. And the ball was about to go out of bounds as soon as he was about to release. But he was already downed off contact. Incomplete pass. He was wearing a Chiefs jersey. And he's the best man of Travis Kelce's wedding. What? Sorry, Jason. Automatic first down Chiefs. Red zone at the 1. What the
Oh yeah,
They'll-
I forgot. He and Taylor are gonna get married. Oh man,
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Jason. You stole my Super Bowl. What the fuck?
dude, you want to know something hilarious? That Travis and his brother, because I think his brother who was on the Eagles had a podcast, and
Hmm.
there was a question that like a viewer asked. They said, uh, "How does your mom feel that you're gonna marry a famous celebrity who is like the best singer?" And then Travis Kelsey was like, "My mom loves my brother's wife more than Taylor Swift." And then, and then his brother started laughing. He's like, "It's true, it's true." And here's the explanation. It's like this: the reason why my mom loves my wife over a famous celebrity is because my wife gave her first grandchild, and so no matter what, Taylor Swift will be lower in the daughter-in-law hierarchy.
I'm sure that's actually a pretty decent reason. That's a pretty good reason.
Because apparently, no, there are a lot of parents who believe that. Like, once my kid is old enough and they're in a relationship, the rule is you have to give us grandkids.
I apologize, John Jay. Just a little pivot. Why is Ryan Clark wearing a nigga Wonka suit? He's really pissing me off now.
I don't know what that
He
is.
he's wearing a Willy Wonka red suit with a pink undercoat.
Oh, Willy
A
Wonka.
little,
I thought you said something else.
yes, it looks weird. And it's Thursday night weather, and you're gonna get robbed in the DMV area. I'm kidding. We're not in FedEx. We're in Arrowhead. A bunch of drops. Oh, a drop ball over by Travis Kelsey over a simple in route. Didn't expect that, and it got picked off. Terry McLaurin's with 11 yards off one reception, but at least he scored. Kelsey's coming off one reception, but didn't even scratch at least 57 yards. He only got 51. But at least he's still been a primary target, but he made some mistakes. I do feel like there's not really a receiving threat either than still the tight end
Wait a
for the
second.
Kansas City Chiefs. But I
I'm
don't
sorry to
think.
cut you off. I might be a little bit of ahead, but I thought they canceled Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, they what? He got a show back, or he's still
I
on
don't know
YouTube?
what happened, but like I saw like the news and what he said. I don't know what it was so bad that he
Hmm.
said that like, you know what? Let's take him off the network for a while.
Yeah, it involved. If you don't remember, I really don't want to talk about this. I really want to transition away from politics personally, but I guess because he was involving a person who got shot out of the name of Charlie Kirk that does like YouTube, and he's like a public conservative. He does like
Oh yeah, I remember that. Basically, I came home from work. My dad, who was visiting, was telling me, "Why is every news channel talking about some?" My dad is like,
because he's an advocate of the president, and I guess he has because he's conservative. He probably has a concern about open carry laws,
anyway.
and
And so
yeah.
I had to explain to him. So I said, Dad, there's a thing called YouTube where I try to teach you how to learn it because you can get all your free stuff there. No, I don't believe that computer stuff. Anyway,
Just show him big butt women, John. I don't know why you guys take it like it's math. It's not math.
and so he said it his own ways. And then I explained this man is a YouTuber and he talks about, right wing politics. And then my dad's like, what? And he still didn't understand. I said, the president, and he said, "Oh yeah, he calls him el puto."
Uh,
It's a bad word in Spanish, uh, and then he said, "Oh, so he said an insensitive joke, which I cannot say on YouTube." And so I'm like,
okay,
yeah,
I've said worse.
and so is what it is. Oh, they're showing the Sunday night game. I was on Get On Kid Street, and he was like, "We're gonna tank. What about?" And I said, "Your division sucks." The Bengals
Yeah,
lost
again,
to the Jets.
Joe Flacco has journeymaned his way to two above five, to 2 wins against the Packers, and Aaron Rodgers couldn't get it done against the Packers.
Mhm.
It's so nice to still see some blood in football. I still love seeing Chris. I still miss Chris Berman. He's like the only key piece that makes me miss that football media meant something. With the fastest 3 minutes. Oh yeah, Panthers. We're just a tumbleweed for the Buffalo Bills. Oh yeah, James Cook torched them. What was that? A 40-yard carry, 45-yard carry to the end zone. 216 yards off 2 touchdowns. Yeah, you better put that in your. Oh, some guys dressed like Kyle Kuzma.
Daniel Jones.
Danny Dimes, league MVP. Yeah.
Dude, it'll be so hilarious if he wins the MVP. Now I got a feeling that they're going to give him the comeback.
YTC's going to drink chlorine.
I think they're going to give him the comeback player of the year because like he was labeled a bust, and like, and I don't know if he's watching, but until the Giants get an O-line, they're going to suck.
Oh yeah, they're gonna suck. It's a shame too because I actually like Cam Scatterbill. But yeah, I do feel like do we know like in prompt the MVP category, the MVP position right now? Because I have Jonathan Taylor in there, Jalen Hurts probably, and I would have said Baker Mayfield 3 weeks ago. I would have said Baker Mayfield. I'll push Josh Allen in there.
I was I think one of the few people who took the Ravens to upset the trash Bears.
I actually have the Bears winning this. I'm not gonna lie.
She's Michael.
But Tyler Huntley played a good game of football. I'm not gonna.
Oh look, they're showing Justin Fields.
How he got this unprecedented comeback. And John Jay, I know you're not familiar with New York media. Everybody was wishing death upon Woody Johnson, wanted him to sell the team and us to learn our lesson to go 0-16. The Jets go 1-7.
Doesn't matter.
Who said they're still not getting the number 1 pick? And somehow, I don't know how Tua Tagovailoa just turned Freaky Friday. Ooh, if you guys are OGs in the hockey game, we have throwback for Hartford Whalers played against the Quebec Nordiques. If y'all that if y'all that OG, what's poppin', Swerve?
Why is Aaron Rodgers kicking Tua in the thumbnail?
Oh no, because the professional wrestlers are the. Because they were. Yo, that is so fucked up.
Why is Aaron Rodgers?
That's racially
accurate. I just saw your thumbnail.
Yeah, because Jey Uso.
So you're saying that CM Punk is Aaron Rodgers and
yes,
that guy that says Yeet is Tua?
Jey Uso. It's he's related to The Rock.
Remember, it's all about the Yeet.
It's all about the Yeet.
Apparently,
I'd rather hear 6'7". I'm not gonna lie, John Jay. Don't get me started.
I don't know what that is. I'm old.
Talk to Spongy. Talk to Spongy.
Spongy says Spongy is a kid's thing.
It is a kid's thing. That's the point. That makes me want to hate the new generation, John Jay. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Funny.
the young, and this is by a young man compared to you.
Sheesh. I remember the slang that we had.
Apparently, I know what VHS is. They don't. I gotta live with that. And the youngest Gen Zers from 2000, and the youngest Gen Zers from 2012, they're probably like 13, 14 right now.
Yeah, it's what it is. I was gonna say something.
So is life.
Oh yeah. Um, the slang that we had were like codes to uh things like 420, was
420 blaze it.
no, like the term 420 was a police code
Mm-hmm.
for marijuana. So when someone was like, "Hey, dude, he got a
Oh no.
420," that's what it used to mean. So like even though like we still
There's
had our
some
own
crazy.
slang, there was a meaning to it. A 50, everyone knows what that is. Or if you don't know, it's
Mm-hmm.
police.
It's police.
And then there's some slangs that I cannot say on YouTube because it'll be, well, this channel I don't it's not monetized, so here's what it is.
They're just words, John Jay. The liberal media won't hurt you. You're an American until I leave. We
That
all have freedom of speech, John.
well, that view, that people talk about, and I know like Corey Davis would always say this is a football stream, but there are moments where you have to get real sometimes. And
Mm-hmm.
California Berkeley was known as the free speech university. It's like documented if you study like free speech. They created a
Yeah.
system that is still used today. It's a liberal idea, liberal arts college, and I had to tell this to goofball Michael. He said, "Oh yeah, my college is very liberal, John." Okay,
That's every college,
they
bro.
they allowed freedom of speech, real freedom of speech, but as the decades went on after the free speech revolution, people who have taken that term are not good people. Just like people forget that conservatism at one point was a bad thing, but people forget their history. Okay,
Mm.
because
Got
I don't want
that.
to bring this up. I don't want to bring this up because there was parts of the United States that hated people. They were conservatives. Just want to point that out. I'm trying to keep it as PG as possible for anyone who is sensitive and impaired. So I tell
Got
myself
that.
I'm a libertarian. I'm a libertarian, which means I am like what the founding fathers wanted America to be. Plus, more people who don't know are more libertarian than other ideas.
You'll be surprised how many would think would be part of the Confederacy. And you'll be surprised too. It blew my mind when I was a kid because I actually like Googled stuff that I learned in history class because I actually was genuinely interested. How even the excuse me for saying this, the N words or the Nazi Party were more of a libertarian belief in Germany than a lot of other parts of Germany. Before everything went wrong, you'll be surprised. Even the Klansmen, you'll be surprised. And we're back over from kick return. Thank.
we
Woo!
pivot.
Got Commander 7-7.
We pivot from
Against,
we pivot from serious talk to like the ball is kicked.
oh, thank God.
Oh man.
We got Joe Buck with Troy Aikman. I still don't know this communist kick return policy. I saw one thing over John Jay. They showed a clip of a high school ball game, and they showed kids, the kicking team. They were down on their backs before the kick returner got the ball back. It looked like a 70-yard run near the like 35. That should whoever coach was trying to revolutionize Oklahoma drill foot kick return on special teams needs to get fired. He needs to get fired. There's no shot that's the strategy. Patrick Mahomes' offensive line's failing him right now. But that was all part of Patrick Mahomes' plan. Okay, Joe. What? What was the problem? I can't speak like he's the GOAT? Drop back over the gun. Zone blitz. Over the in route. Butterfingers. Oh, but yeah, I think a flag's going to be called on that.
Is there a comment from
Marshawn
Twitch?
Lattimore on a late hit. Is that Bobby Wagner?
Is
He's
there
still
a
a commander?
Is there a comment from Twitch? I see a Twitch logo. Are you streaming on the Twitch?
Yeah, I am. I think usually
you gotta advertise that.
Well, most of these comments from the secondary third party are not really authentic comments. Some of these are coming in as like bot comments to make sure you like try to push a link so you can get auto feed. It's not authentic viewership. So sometimes you gotta like read it fully. Because primarily most of the comment section is coming from YouTube. Oh, and there's a slip screen over to the read first down for the Chiefs.
Patrick Mahomes has 2 interceptions. Damn.
Ooh, what? And one was coming off a drop from Travis Kelce. That shocked me too. I know Travis Kelce these past 2 seasons haven't been his all-pro self, but geez. First half, it would be surprising to know that he was 20 yards behind Marcus Mariota in yardage.
Mm-hmm.
Motions left, wheel. And it's a draw play straight to Kareem Hunt. And he is getting manhandled nearly to the first down line. Do they still play Isaiah Pacheco? Oh, that was Isaiah Pacheco. He's wearing number 10. You'll never be Tyreek Hill. Your leg still works. You'll never be Robert Griffin III. You're not into snow bunnies. Draw off the read option. Are they zoning? They went completely New York Giants with it, John Jay. They went New York Giants with it. They cover zone off a 5-zone set. Oh God, they do cover zone off with 1 safety. Why are we doing cover 1? And everybody else is just so condensed. Kelce just faded out for like a plus 30-yard gain. It's going to be a touchdown soon for Kansas City. And it's a draw for Pacheco. He is undersized. I'm shocked they don't do more runs outside of their gaps. You're punching with a guy below his weight. It's weird. No offense to Pacheco. He's a good running back. That's a good win, John Jay. I'm not gonna lie. Swerve, that's actually the best comment. The only comment, but the best one so far. Priest Holmes. He could tie Priest Holmes all-time tight end in touchdowns. But it will slip over to Rashee Rice. Oh, and he's a yard short near the pylon. Dive is over at the 1 and 2nd and goal. and he's like stopped down over in the 2, trying to touch over the end zone near the pylon. But that's still a whole lot of white he's covering, like Joy Taylor. sorry. I'm not on. We're not on Fox. Shotgun. Pump fakes. Rolls out over to his left, over to his right, and it's incomplete with 2 flags on the play. Not wearing a Chiefs jersey is an automatic first down and goal at the -1.5. Automatic touchdown, Kansas City Chiefs. White power. Whoa. And support Taylor Swift's new album. Okay.
My bad. I was sending an email.
No problem.
Boo the Chiefs. Boo the Chiefs.
Automatic first down. No Chiefs
Boo the
uniforms.
Chiefs.
Defense, that's an automatic infraction. What? Neutral zone infraction on the defense. We just got set on the formation. Breathing is an automatic neutral zone infraction from the defense. Not wearing your Chiefs jersey gets you an automatic touchdown. Motions left. Horton. Over the deep ball, but still held over. This could be a PI call. And it'll be held over a 4th and goal over Gray. Dun, 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 dun. No, that's right. No, it's right. Mahomes was just wishing for the best. Over Gray, but he's still getting held over coverage, and it's no PI. They'll go for it.
What?
6.
The Chiefs didn't get a penalty? Damn.
Oh, wow. God is real. Never mind. Touchdown anyway. Off 4th and goal.
Jeez.
There's no justice in this world. Just Kansas City Chiefs and forgettable Taylor Swift albums. Kareem Hunt with a 2-yard touchdown reception. That will push his 2nd touchdown tally of the night. But his first one was a rushing TD.
So apparently, Michael says that he has found faith. He says he is.
Mm-hmm. I saw his post. He's
like,
clipping himself
I'm
in
a
Sunday
changed
school.
man, Chache. I'm a changed man. The good Lord saved me.
Oh God! Does that mean his mother caught him in his room in the wrong time? Is that why he found God? Don't be pissing me off, Michael.
Oh man, I got a funny story to tell you. So one day, my buddy comes over to my house, and we find a VHS tape, which we think there's nothing on, but my buddy's like, "Yo, we gotta play it." And so I was like, "All right, why not?" Because like peer pressure. Oh my gosh, I needed my eyes bleached that day because what I saw was just gross. All I
Yeah,
could tell you,
it's natural.
all I could tell you is that those people were married.
Oh boy. Well, at least it was monogamous. I'm trying to find the bright side here.
Well, there was a lot of consent. You could tell that she was happy
Oh boy.
and he was happy.
I can't. Oh no, it's James Worthy. Oh God, is he a criminal yet? The Monster Mash. Who's the monster? Oh, I remember. If you guys remember Friendlies, man, that too was a nice hot spot for families. Like if you wanted an ice cream parlor with like simple food for like a nice affordable dinner. People, if you remember Friendlies, they had this nice Halloween. Like I don't think it was even a seasonal thing. It was like a regular like monster ice cream. It was so good with like Reese's peanut butter cups in half to make the ears and a green ice cream. It was outstanding. Thursday night football game. Baltimore Ravens playoff against the Miami Dolphins. Hopefully, Dolphins can finally get some momentum going, or Daniel's on the hot seat again. But one-time Pro Bowl quarterback Tyler Huntley is playing. John Jay will make us remember all the great moments with Tyler Huntley. Thank you. And the kick return for the Kansas City Chiefs. Back over to the Washington Commanders after a Kareem Hunt receiving touchdown. Oh! In great field position for the defense. And a kick return. Back at the 2. There is no way Lane just had that drop and ended it at the 2. That is insanity. Oh, what a fumble of a play.
Anyway, F the Chiefs anyway.
We know you hate us. We just love seeing it. What the hell?
The Chiefs have become the new evil empire.
They're the Boston.
I remember I told YTC when I met him, I said I rooted for the Eagles. He's like, "How dare you? How dare you? I hate the Eagles." I said, "I'm tired of watching Tom Brady win."
Fair. And now Laramie Tunsil is out due to injury. Who is not injured for the Commanders?
Niners.
They're starting. I forgot they're practically the Indiana Pacers because everybody's out for the Indiana Pacers.
Like the Niners everyone's hurt. Nick Wilson's out for the year. Fred Warner's out for the year. And those are the big name players.
Oh, first down. Silver lining in the red zone. First down for Terry McLaurin. Wait, so who's second string in the left tackle for Laramie Tunsil? Gardner Minshew is backup quarterback for the Chiefs.
The mustache man.
The who's supposed to be the future of the Jaguars until they gave it to that blonde surfer piece of shit. He did win a national title. I don't care that he won a national title. Terry McLaurin, third-round pick back in the 2019 draft from Ohio State. 5 straight seasons with 1,000 yards. Not Mike Evans, though. 13 receiving touchdowns last season. Second most in the NFL behind who? I'm guessing Justin Jefferson. Overthrown. Marcus Mariota always been a serviceable hand at the second-string quarterback after a starting career was pretty underwhelming with the Tennessee Titans. I always thought he'd go to the Philadelphia Eagles, knowing Chip Kelly was still their head coach. That lasted for what, 3 seasons?
Yep.
And yet everybody still hates him.
I hated Chip Kelly.
I hate him too, I'm not going to lie.
I remember, he's going to fix Colin Kaepernick because he had Marcus Mariota. 2 different quarterbacks.
All right.
2 different quarterbacks.
Oh, nearly intercepted. Cook nearly with the pick over the drop catch.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's not Jalen Lane after his drop punt kick return. Yes, it was.
Listen, YTC's now watching, but there's a possibility the Giants can beat the Niners.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't. He has no faith because, of course, first their wide receiver is out for the year. Now their running back is out for the year.
I mean, YTC. Look, here's the thing. YTC keeps thinking his empty gun is still not a weapon, while beating up on a paraplegic person. Like that's the logic I'm saying. You you can still pistol whip somebody if we got no arm and legs to stand by. I'm just saying. We can't be led by Christian McCaffrey. I hate the Freaky Friday shit for the season, John Jay. Why is Christian McCaffrey breathing while the rest of our team is injury prone for the season?
Well, McCaffrey ain't doing shit neither.
Yeah, he ain't doing anything. He had his 3 touchdown performance.
Jeez. They got to convert him to like one of those like weird, goofy wide receivers because he's not a running back anymore. The body's not there. Also, the offensive line has been exposed as garbage.
Do you want to gadget him like they do with Travis Hunter, and use him as a situational slot, or like a secondary fourth option over like wide positions?
So, Colton McKivitz is ass. Dominic Pooney has regressed after having a good rookie year. Jake Brendel, who I do not like with a passion, he's ass.
Brendel cannot move. He cannot move. I hate the way he plays.
We have an undrafted free agent drafted at left guard, and Trent Williams is not the same person anymore. But Kyle Shanahan says we have the best offensive line. That sucks.
We can't move the ball with our best offensive line.
For the first time in a long time, like people are like, you know what? I used to be a Shanahan sexual. I'm like, screw Kyle Shanahan. He's like his dad.
I don't know why we pay Bryce Huff any money if he can't play.
Like, what did his father do after what's his name? Elway? Nothing. His best quarterback was Brian Greasy, who was a 500 quarterback.
Ew, Brian Greasy. You have to go back to the late 90s.
And then he drafted Jay Cutler, who was like very serviceable, and then he had more success with the Chicago Bears, but he can never stay healthy over there. He did better than Vince Young. He did better than Vince Young and Matt Leinart.
That's actually a far cry from success if you're better than Vince Young. And people forgot he was in the league. People forgot he was backing up Michael Vick. No, I think he was backing up Nick Foles in his first in Philadelphia. In 2013. That was when people thought he was out of the league.
I will say this about Nick Foles. He was from University of Arizona. Under Andy Reid, he was 8-2, had 20 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, and then regressed back to a backup quarterback. But Nick Foles was not a bad quarterback. It's just that he was a backup.
He was just average without the right supporting cast.
And
yeah, but it's always good to be best for the moments instead of the best every time but lose.
And so,
in my opinion,
Nick Foles, for a 4th-round quarterback who was supposed to be a starter, you look at what he did. Like, he does have a winning record, and he was a Super Bowl starting quarterback that won a game. So,
replacement. He was my fucking replacement. Okay, Carson. He was my fucking replacement. Okay, Carson. It was supposed to be me. It should have been me, John J. Now I'm turning this to a WWF storyline. Carson Wentz. He stole my life. Nick Foles stole my life from me.
Like, the funny thing about Carson Wentz is that in his final season, he had 5 starts. Trey Lance played.
Yikes.
Trey Lance played 17 games. He played 17 games.
One.
But because of COVID, like now, like you can say COVID and like no one cares. It's part of history now. But if that didn't happen, I think Trey Lance would have been a much better prospect. And hypothetically, say like 2020 was not a shit year in the entire planet, Trey Lance right now could still be the 49ers starting quarterback. It's just that he did play in Division II. He did have great numbers. There's a lot of upside with that kid. He's still young compared to a lot of the quarterbacks that were drafted after him. He's either a year younger or around the same age as the quarterbacks that were drafted between 2022 and 2024.
I think the only upside with that, John Jay, we didn't make much of a plus in our investment, and he didn't really progress. Still, after leaving, trading.
Well, Harbaugh, like that's a Harbaugh quarterback. Like Alex Smith, when he was under the system of Mike McCarthy, Norv Turner, Mike Martz, who, for whatever the reason, like he made Kirk Warner good, a guy who was a grocery bagger, couldn't do anything with Alex Smith, and then Harbaugh comes in and he's like, "Hey, you can run, right? When you were in college, you had like 15 touchdowns in your senior year." A lot of people don't know that about Alex Smith. Like Alex Smith had the same numbers as Cam Newton. If you look at what he did in Utah, his head coach was what the hell is his name? He was he was the Ohio State quarterback. No, the Ohio State coach. Then he was a Jaguars coach. What the hell is his name? The guy who kicked a player and then he got fired from the Jaguars, and then of course that
recently. Well, how long ago was this?
A couple of years ago. What the hell is his name?
Tom Coughlin?
Hold on.
You're not talking about Tom Coughlin, right?
Hold on.
Because I know he was the coach for the Jaguars.
Before Doug Peterson.
Before Doug Peterson for the Jaguars?
Yeah.
Not Urban Meyer, right?
There it is. Urban Meyer.
Fuck! What has this guy not done? Touchdown Chiefs, Travis Kelce, 10-yard reception.
Yeah, so Urban Meyer was his coach, and Urban Meyer went to Florida, and he discovered a guy called Tim Tebow.
Oh, boy.
So the point that I am saying is that Harbaugh realized that Trey Lance is a play-action quarterback. When you let him go into play-action, he's able to use his speed on the outside to accelerate, because Kyle, in the 4 games he had of Trey Lance, he ran the ball up the middle, and that's how he got fucking hurt, when he made him run down the middle. He did this.
Oh, and Travis Kelce tied for all-time touchdowns for a tight end for the Chiefs.
He's in the ring.
Yeah, I guess it comes over to preparation, because I think Trey Lance would prosper if there was ever a situation where Lamar Jackson's injured again. He could prosper in like John Harbaugh's system, where like RPO heavy, could use read options, QB sneaks, options where they're pushing trick plays, and they can have them like alternate for red zone.
Uh-huh.
So I think it's a scheme thing as well for quarterbacks like that, because you even saw how Alex Smith progressed, not only as a passer, mobile threat around his gaining yardage. His time with Andy Reid when he was on Kansas City, I thought that was like his complete form as a quarterback. Even though he couldn't get it done with like great pieces like Jamal Charles, with him, Eric Berry. They had so many good players on that Chiefs team. I'm shocked they didn't. I think they barely made a divisional round when Alex Smith was the quarterback. But you could see like there could be a complete game-changing performance with him if you put him in the right system, the right key pieces, and the right coaching scheme. But sometimes that's still on the quarterback. If you can't use the pieces around him. Oh, O'Reilly. Auto parts. Drugs. So now it's a 2-score lead. The Commanders are probably going to lose
The way you
in
said
the next quarter.
you were doing a jingle, and then you said what you said.
Yep. I mean, people consume that too, right? I mean, buy that too, right? I mean,
Oh man! Earlier we were talking about libertarians. What the hell? Is that Patrick Mahomes' wife?
why is she on TV?
She's with Taylor Swift.
Oh my God! You see our boys working together.
You want to know something hilarious? What if Taylor Swift and Patrick Mahomes' wives were like the uncool girls, and now they're like, "Look at us, you're famous, and my husband."
I'm not gonna lie. How Taylor Swift never been a mother, and yet she always looks like the type of mother to force her daughter to do ballerina classes shocks
Oh, man.
me.
Dude,
You know the
I want to know. I want to know the day Taylor Swift becomes a mom. What kind of mom is she gonna be? Is she gonna be like a bougie mom and just like give her daughter or son whatever, or will she be like one of those rich moms? Is like my daughter is gonna be an extension of me, or
just
my
don't be
son,
Jada.
or
Just
my
don't be
son's gonna
Jada
be an
Pinkett Smith.
extension of his dad. Because I don't want to say this because like again like people used to call me a bully, and like now everything you say is bully language, but there's a lot of reality. Like and to quote Dave Chappelle, like I say words and you don't like it, too bad. And so what I'm saying is that I've been around like bougie moms who like if they have a daughter, they're gonna like try to like make them popular by giving them everything, and then their daughters become a bit snobby. Or you have the moms who are like like they come from like a bougie background, but they're kind of humble, and then say they have a daughter. I'm gonna make her smart. I'm gonna make her like a president. I'm gonna make her like she basically like is an extension. Like I wanted to be somebody, but now I can do that for my daughter. Things like that.
Oh yeah, those type of parents that try to live off their children and try to make them what they aren't. Yeah, that I've seen that. I've seen that. It's a damn shame too. Because then in the future, a child gets an identity crisis if something doesn't go right. Okay, alone in the gun off Mariota, 3rd and 8. And a prayer from deep ball. Oh my God! Terry McLaurin, 1st down. Wait! A correction by the officials. And as soon as he gets completed, his 2 feet landed outside of the line in the middle of the landing. What the fuck's a catch in this stupid league?
Yeah, I know. Like the catch, those catch throws don't make sense anymore.
Absolutely atrocious. So, Mr. Godot, when are we just going to just let their DNA strands be on 1st downs?
So in the words of John Madden, now John Madden is he passed away a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
If your knee is inbounds, it is 2 feet. All those like weird NFL rules that have been like like rewritten to the language that makes it more complicated. It makes a lot of sense because your knee is a bigger part of your body. And so his knee looks like it's down. Because he does have possession.
He does have complete possession, but his footing is going to be the problem.
So
you see him stuck with Trent McDuffie. He beats him on the route, but the way he moves, he controls himself midair was the real controlling point right here. If he isn't at least down to toes first while having control over the ball, you need to do check, 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 check. You need 4 checks. And if one's off, it's incomplete. I'm being dead ass. That's
what?
how it is, guys. You need to check a box. We have modern women's standards for completions in the NFL.
No, it's a first down. I'm way ahead of you.
Oh, thank you. Oh wait, it is a first down.
Yeah, because his knee that roll. So that roll.
Oh, so they're gonna count the over the knee. Okay.
So basically, his left knee was out of bounds, but his right knee landed on the grass, and so it's 2 feet because he had possession. Again, I've been watching football for so long, like all the rules and all the stuff. Like the NFL, they need to go back to 2010 and those rules, and fans will be like more at peace because like all this rig stuff, all this, it's all brand new. It's all brand new. Like all these content creators and YouTubers who have no time, like want to make shit up. Because like I was telling our good friend Kenny, like Kenny, I know he trolls and he sometimes believes, you know, about the rig, but it would be like one of the worst kept secrets because
fuck Liverpool, by the way.
Yeah,
sorry.
And so like
Continue.
I understand Kenny's viewpoint. Like he's not wrong, you know. Like these referees are human errors. Like they make errors. But here's the point. To simplify what I'm saying, if it was rigged, say like all the 32 owners say, hey, this year we're gonna write it like this, and then our players have to do what we say because we pay them millions of dollars. Do you really think that a player who's like, hey, why do we have to lose this game? You know, like with all that stuff. Do you really think that a player is going to keep their mouth shut? And then if it's a more bigger scam,
paying them hundreds of millions.
If it's a more bigger scam, then you also have to get the coaches involved, the players involved, the personnel, the team workers, everyone that covers NFL. You also have to get the people on ESPN to also go along with it and be like storytellers. That's why the NFL is not WWE. It works in WWE because everyone knows it's scripted. They have said it. It's an open secret that's been out for like 40 years. And even before wrestling exposed themselves, like people knew that there's a lot of stuff because there's a wrestler who was like around the time of Andre the Giant who's like still alive. And Andre the Giant was friends with all his enemies that he fought in the ring. And so
and of course the curtain call really like blurred the lines. Like people now were really exposed. Like you saw enemies like Shawn Michaels, Diesel, and Scott Hall all hugged together, and now you know they're buddy, and now they're working together to run the WWE.
You know, yeah. Also Triple H and Shawn Michaels are best friends in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Like Triple H has said it many times. Shawn Michaels took Triple H in to be the guy, because Shawn Michaels was the guy in the 90s. But then some weird guy who was a failed football player and was cut in Canada. His name was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson,
Vince
from
McMahon was
Miami.
like, "No disrespect, Triple H. I know you married my daughter and all that stuff, and you're gonna inherit my company, but this guy Rock is like, wow, the people love him. It's just unfortunately The Rock was just too big for wrestling, and like he even said, he said I was going to retire before the age of 30. He says I remember my dad, who was working paycheck to paycheck. When he got hurt, there was no medical insurance. He had to put himself through debt. His grandfather, who was more of a promoter, and the money that he and his grandmother had to like take loans out to rent convention centers and all that stuff and pay.
Mhm.
The Rock knew the business. And so The Rock realized, hey, they want me to make music videos, they want me to make movies, and I can make millions of dollars taking my wrestling gimmick and turning it into an acting career. And so there was a documentary that came out, and they're like, there will never be no one like The Rock ever again. The guy, the way he uh transformed, because I'm gonna say it right now. If The Rock was not in WWE, I think WCW and W would have still been at a war. Now I do think WCW would have merged with
Oh
W.
yeah.
It might have been much later, and the course of WWE probably would have been like not what it is right now. But The Rock really transformed the business because just watching The Rock was a spectacle. I tell people I'm not a wrestling fan, I'm a Rock fan.
That's the equivalent of being a Michael Jordan fan nowadays, John Jay.
Mhm. You know,
Yeah,
then when The Rock,
I understand that.
I don't. Then when The Rock leaves, this guy Brock Lesnar, he's already winning WWE titles younger uh than any wrestler in wrestling history. But because Brock Lesnar didn't need WWE, WWE needed him. And so that era from 2005 to like 2010, you had all those aging guys. They didn't really develop great talent, and the talent that they had at the top was like very slim pickings. Because
Like John Cena was probably the biggest face still
no
around that
disrespect
time.
to Edge, no disrespect to Edge. He was a tag team guy. He and Christian were tag team guys. Edge was never meant to be like WWE championship status, but because it was slim
Mm.
pickings, and of course the brand, I think they should have stopped the brand to bring all the top guys back because the Undertaker was on SmackDown, everybody was around. Triple H was like like getting older.
Yep.
Shawn
Shawn
Michaels,
Michaels was in his 40s. Triple H
like
was in his
I don't,
40s.
and then the sad part, like Ric Flair, like wrestled until like just before his 60th birthday. Like he retired at 59. That's how bad it was, And then Triple H tells Vince McMahon, "Hey, I want to make a third show, but it'll be more of like developmental." And then boom, NXT.
NXT. Oh yeah, I got rid of ECW. If you remember Extreme Championship Wrestling, they made their own little third show that wasn't drawing anything, so
Mhm.
they got rid of it to make a developmental show for like the
I
younger
re-
talent.
I remember they put that on the Sci-Fi Network. I'm like, what is wrestling?
And
And then if you really think about it, like
no, John
science,
Jay, because it's out of this world. It's fiction. It's fiction.
yeah, like if you really think about it, like science fiction, wrestling is fiction. Like Gavin, like says that he says wrestling is more of a sport than baseball, which as a baseball player, it's offensive because people actually get hurt in baseball.
You don't
There's
see Big Show running the bases.
okay, baseball is still like compared to basketball and football, baseball is still a transparent sport. Like you need to know how to hit a ball 300 feet. from home plate. You need to know how to navigate in the outfield. You need to hit a ball that's being thrown by a pitcher throwing 90 plus miles per hour. Okay. Most people, like, even if you put like the best average person, like 60 miles per hour is like probably like the fastest speed someone can throw a ball. Okay. So you need to have that skill. You also need to know how to catch a ball with a glove. That is also a dangerous projectile if it hits you in your head or any part of your body.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, getting hit by a baseball from a pitcher, it hurts. And the players who are able to like walk it off, they're still in pain, but they have a very high threshold. Also, try sliding on clay because a lot of people think that the infield is made of dirt. It's made of clay. So they put
it's made of
clay, and then they put a special type of like dirt that no matter how much rain, it doesn't grow. And if you've ever slid in clay for the first time, you get cut because you don't know that that stuff is little chunks of pebble that becomes like a little knife. And that's why they make special pants and baseball clothes.
True. That is true.
So that's why I take very offense.
Well, of course they try to use that as like a correlation. I'm sure they didn't mean it as like the similarities. That there's some similarities.
No, Gavin actually believes that. I said, "Are you trolling me?" He said, "No, baseball's not a real sport. It's not, John J. It's not."
Well, John Jay, put it in perspective. He's Welsh.
I know.
All they know is liking Liverpool and fucking goats. I mean, fucking sheep over in Wales. So you can't really compare. Oh, we got Rashid Rice trying to get a DUI. I mean, instigate, taunting penalty. Still, the young man is not listening to the coach. A taunting penalty when you're up by 2 scores. Hopefully that doesn't come to bite them. Knock on wood.
Who was that wide receiver from the Raiders who did something so horrendous? He was from Alabama. That was a draft class from Debo. I mean,
Amari Cooper?
No. What's his name? From Brandon Ayuk. So that's the 20.
Oh. Same draft class as Brandon Ayuk?
That's the 2020 draft class.
Ooh,
What's his name?
That's scratching the surface, John Jay.
Henry Ruggs.
Oh yeah. He drunk driving incident. Ran over an old woman. I think he got suspended for 2 years. 2 years. And he still thinks he's getting an NFL contract after all that. First down for Isaiah Pacheco. Kansas City Chiefs, if they can. Rashid Rice trying to explain that he did throw the football at the back of the head. Why not hand it to the referee? So he's trying to give it to I guess there was miscommunication because he was trying to throw it over the defender's head to give it to the ref. Why not just hand it to the referee? And Pacheco goes for 4-yard carry. Got 11 minutes to spare. It's already a 2-score deficit. Rashid Rice sentenced to 30 days in jail with 5-year probation after a multi-car crash in Dallas. I think that was around the summer. Pleaded guilty. Why are we having his rap sheet displayed on ESPN? No fun league?
Dude, I know it's kind of hilarious, and like I don't care anymore. I'm not a content creator, but so I said earlier I'm a libertarian. Like, if you smoke pot, I really don't give a shit if you do. Now I'm not gonna expose, but there's someone who we know on the 49ers community on the McNiner Wednesday show who partakes in that stuff. Here's the point: when you suspend someone one whole season because they either have to use that or like they just choose to use it because they want to. But then you look at what the Chiefs receiver did. He was found guilty in a court, and the NFL's like, we're going to give you a couple of games. Do you want to know what that means? They're the most inconsistent. But when
And
Josh
Deshaun
Gordon,
Watson was also given a poor plea deal. He was gone for like what 14 game suspension. He came back against his rival
so
team that traded him.
so no. Here's my point. Josh Gordon, who kept getting suspended because he kept using that, and then eventually, he's something so hilarious. No one believes me. Once the Seahawks, like sat down and had a meeting with them, they said, "Nah, no good." The Niners meet with him, and they find out that he suffers from a severe form of mental illness. And
Oh,
but
they
the
crisp
NFL,
and wad him. They crisp and wad him.
so
Oh hell
so
no.
even after that, the Niners are like, well, it really shows you how these owners feel about that. Oh, let's penalize people who like, hey, we're gonna gamble, but not in our team, not in the
Let's do a
sport.
gambling ring in my
And
house.
then Calvin Ridley gets suspended for entire season.
Oh. And Jamison Williams, he only got suspended for like a couple months.
Okay. Last but not least, you brought up the Deshaun Watson. Now, I have a different viewpoint. You know, you are a young multi-millionaire and you're getting massages, and
Happy
that's a
ending.
no-no. Whatever your relationships was with these ladies, they did not take it kindly to the actions that you took, and so they sued your ass. But you also had to admit that like NFL teams have private massage people.
Like I'm sure there's a Billy. I'm sure Jed York. I'm joking, by the way. This is just alleged, by the way. Please, I'm sure Jed York is a wonderful husband and father. These motherfuckers be getting happy endings.
Nah, Jed York, I can tell you right now, he's not a type of man to do something like that because he's a square and he's a,
Hey, that's what we all think, John Jay. We accuse the owner of the Jaguars'
I
son
live
that
here.
he does cocaine.
Hold on. I live here. I don't want to be like, oh, like one time I said something like this and I butt hurt somebody. Here's the point. I said this. I live here. Jed York is never around in the Niners, whatever. But I can tell you right now, he doesn't go out of places. He stays at his own private estates. And every time he shows it himself is for the owners meeting. And so compared to Jerry Jones, who's always out there, you could tell maybe Jerry Jones, but Jed York, here's my point. Jed York is a type of guy who's like, I don't want to go outside. I don't want to go outside. I am a square. Now I'm not saying squares, can't get, like lucky. I'm just saying that
Who said he had to get lucky?
I'm no,
He has
no.
money.
Hold on. I'm just saying the point. Okay.
Okay.
But having a guy like Eddie DeBarlo, who was brash, outspoken, was out in the public, was with his players, he would take them out. Maybe DeBarlo may have had like a second life, but his nephew, hell no. That's my point. That's just my point. I'm trying to say.
Well, I'll take your word for it, John Jay. But I'm telling you, whoever you think isn't what you always what you think, and when it's
Now,
all people thought the same thing about Sean Diddy Combs. Just saying.
Now, here comes the part that will get me canceled. Deshaun Watson, who could have got, massages with his team, because like they have those masseuses, those from there. But if you're like, you know what, I need to go off off campus or off, like where the stadium is and the training staff, and go to private massages, are you actually having massages or are you having inappropriate activities? Because I said this about a while ago on McNiner show. Kobe Bryant, cheated on his wife. Okay, cheated on his wife. The woman, said, "Oh, like Kobe, hurt her." No, you were in Denver. You went to a hotel. You invited a woman. You know what the fuck you were doing, okay? Kobe Bryant at the time, because he came out of high school. He was not even 30, so he was still in his to like his late 20s. He's still a young dude. You know what you did, and so what you just said to say, "Oh, I did not hurt that woman. Me and this woman had a relationship," and your wife is right there next to you. So that was a bit of hypocrisy, and I always threw that at Laker fans every time they try to talk shit about my Warriors, who were awful. They hated it, but that was the goddamn truth. I think Deshaun Watson wanted companionship during these things, and so that's a sad reality. But people still stood by him, and he would rather say, "You know what?" Because if he went to court and he had to admit what the hell he did, first he would be in serious trouble. Or he has to tell his girlfriend, or I don't know if he's married, "Yes, honey, I cheated on you several times," because there were so many
Oh no,
women.
I think he was reported single.
So, if he was single, then okay, then So now,
No, I'm about to say, like, no one's live on camera with a porn star doing silly stuff, and you feel like, oh yeah, his
like
wife allows
like
that.
I
Hell no.
I troll YTC and all of his friends. I could be married and divorced and have 10 kids, and you guys may not know. You guys may think I'm a single guy who lives in the Bay Area. It's going through hard times, just working paycheck to paycheck. You never know. Now I'm going to be 100% transparent. I've never been married. I've been in relationships that always crapped out. So, but my upbringing was not the best, and like David Corona, and I don't want to keep like airing out his dirty laundry. I'm just saying that David Corona and I have a background where we were not considered the highest standard of humanity, and we
I'm sorry,
did
John
things.
Jay. I don't mean to cut you off. Hold that thought. Let me use the restroom for like 2 seconds.
While DST is taking a break, I am going to get my pick'em win. So I'm going to, because the Commanders, I knew that they suck. And so I'm going to add my 9th victory to my pick'ems. All right. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Are you going over your pick'ems?
I had another bad week.
Oh. How's it looking?
Well, I'm over 500. I'm 9-5, but I'm way behind. I'm basically like 7 points. No, wait. I'm 7 points behind first place, but a lot of us take almost the same picks. But there's a bunch of people in the very high 60s that are like tied in third and fourth. So that's about it. Anyway, I was talking about Deshaun Watson. Oh, I was talking about David Corona. So yeah, me and Corona were not the pillars of society, and we did things that we regret. Corona, you know, He paid his due to society. I was given chances after chances, and then one day I'm like, you know what? Eventually, I'm going to lose all these chances, so I had to become a better person. So that's my point. No one is perfect. No one is of a perfect person. You know, like I tell like hypocritical faith leaders, we are imperfect people. Okay, just because you believe in faith and you want to do that doesn't make you perfect. Even there's scandals in like faith based societies. Okay, like this is a football stream, but in the words of Corey Davis, this is a football channel. But how can I say this? Trying to think.
Oh, San Antonio's. Oh my goodness, Wembenyama.
Society is like Sodom and Gomorrah. There's no perfect society. Okay.
Oh, isn't that the religious story?
Well, no. Again, I'm just using the term. Like basically, every society is Sodom and Gomorrah. Because if we were a perfect society, everyone would be rich. They would have their own house. They won't be suffering, and the world would just go around. That's just my point. You have people who suffer day to day, and you have people who don't. It's a cruel, unfair world. You know,
That's how it is.
like I love sports, and I use this analogy. All these players who are on the field, even the backups, they're part of a 1% club because all the other college athletes who are good enough and are not in the NFL or in NBA or Major League Baseball, soccer, and soccer is a good example. You have tiers of soccer players, and basically the Ronaldos and the Messis are like part of that 1%. You know, like Europe is like the is like basically the 5 countries of Europe is like the 1%. Every great player of every national team in the planet plays in those 5 countries. And so, what's my point? We have inequalities.
Oh, first down again. Sorry, John Jay. Game's still going on my side.
I know. Oh, this game might end early, which is good for me.
It's already. I didn't even know where 28 came from after Kelsey's touchdown. Chiefs had the ball. Were they just slowly progressing around the field?
No, the Commanders have the ball, and so if the Commanders like get 3 and out and they give the ball back, the Chiefs they should just run the clock out because it's like I think like less than 7 minutes left in the game.
All right, you continue.
Yep. I got another job interview. I'm working remote, which sucks.
Oh, you'd rather be there in person? Because
Basically,
out of all the people I've heard, not a lot of people prefer working in store. They'd rather work where they're not micromanaged.
yep. So basically, my buddy has a data. Well, so he works at a data company where basically it gets data, and we basically for like 1 to 3 hours a day, and they pay us like some money. We basically have to like write answers for online customer service, like where people like talk instead of like calling people, and so we write you know like there's like these questions and answers, like like how would a computer answer this question like a human, and you put in there, and then they use AI, and then the software So that's my job. My buddy likes it. I don't, but it's like it's like a 1 month at a time type of job.
I'd rather want to try security if nothing goes well for me at retail. Because sometimes you get those burnout phases when there's so much work to do in the store. But that's just my experience. I'm sure there's many people in the workers that work a bit more difficult.
Mm-hmm. Worst case scenario, I have another friend who works at UPS and he makes $150,000 at their plants. It's called a plant, or their where like they put the boxes in the trucks. They do that stuff, and so I'm getting up there in age, and I'm living like I'm still a college student, which is really sad. And so a lot of my male figures, they work that blue collar, like like oh, I'm gonna hurt my back, and when I retire, I'm gonna be in a wheelchair. But
Oh God, you don't
they
want to be in there.
they made a lot of money, and they were able to buy a house and pay it off before they retired.
John Jay, just if you want, here's a link. There's an associate of mine. His name is Chauncey. He used to play for the Detroit Pistons, formerly coached the Portland Trailblazers. Just log in with your account. You can make a parlay. There's some NBA games right now, and all you have to do is just to be associated with the NBA. Okay, so here's an application. And
Are you sending me a link to bet?
no, not bet. And just financially roulette. That's crazy. By the way, I never want to advise that ever. That is so insane. This is a friend of mine. His name is Wojciech,
Well, number one,
Ukrainian mom.
I live in the West Coast. I don't live in the East Coast, so I don't think it's going to benefit me.
All you have to do is just gamble on the under for Jonathan Kaminga's minutes, and you get your money. Oh God, I'm gonna cry. And guess what? There'll be more players. Good thing Terry Rozier paid for his own bail, because I know. God, I think the president of the United States paid more for less for. Remember that LiAngelo Ball thing when LiAngelo Ball got caught stealing in China, and the president of Trump had to bail him out of uh Chinese jail. No, I think it wasn't Chinese prison. I don't know
I
how
believe
heavily they
Javon
get you for
Kinlaw was
theft.
drafted 6 seasons ago, man. It feels like
Who?
Javon Kinlaw.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I remember 49er fans like fighting about Javon Kinlaw. Oh, he sucks. Oh, he's good, but he can never stay healthy. Anyway,
He's been with us for years, man. He's been a regular starting linebacker. I'm sure he was upset the time he had to be replaced after his missed season, because I think he's been regularly consistent, even though like I heavily critique his game, especially for his delayed hits. But he's
anyway,
a good player. Another first down for Kansas City.
this game looks like it's over. Uh, there's like 4 minutes left because I'm a bit of ahead, and so I got to do something. But by the time this game is over, I think you will end the stream. So I'll talk to you another time. Thanks for having me on.
I appreciate the time you've been here, John Jay. Shout out to John Jay. Always a precious part of the 49ers community. Shout out to Corey Davis as well. I can't. I don't have gunshots for farewells. I don't have gunshots for farewells yet. Well, thank you to John Jay, making the stream a bit more bearable, knowing this is kind of a shutout. Marcus Mariota could only get 7 points of total offense on this Kansas City Chiefs team. Barely any complete moves in progression. Travis Kelce nearly broke the tight end record for receiving touchdowns tonight. He was already beyond Tony Gonzalez. Redraw. All they have to do is kill time. Isaiah Pacheco goes for a first down. Got 3.5 with a 3:55 with a flag. Oh, and a targeting call is probably going to be. Oh. That is crazy. Who what? A below the belt shoulder tackle down to the knee. Pacheco, thankfully he can walk, but he's wobbling. Oh, yikes, yikes. Over the wrap-up, and I guess he thought he could trip him over, but he went straight shoulders down. They are back with Kareem Hunt, lined up with Patrick Mahomes. 3:55 off of injury time, and it's another carry for a gain. All Kansas City Chiefs practically got to do is just kill the clock, dominate over the running schemes, and it's kind of over. And this will push Kansas City. This will push them 2 games above 500, now competing for the division title. That could not be Trey Amos with that hit. Ow, that was brutal. Thankfully, it looks like Isaiah Pacheco's taking it like a champ and getting stretched out. By some trainers to make sure he can move his knee properly. I swear, was it a number 32 or 23? It couldn't be Trey Amos coming over the back line like that. Now we're under commercial break. Yeah, that's a practical shutout. So Oklahoma State's basketball program is better than what's going on right now. Yep, did not expect this. Oh, Roger McCreary gets traded. This is 1 p.m. This is not new news. If you guys are a bit more on time or you guys are busy with work, Roger McCreary got traded to the LA Rams, coming from the Tennessee Titans. Grading it a C- trade. Clears the roster of players drafted between 2020 and 2022. Could have received more, regardless, likely prioritized prototypical slot defender for this offseason. I think we'll get further details later. Yeah, further We got further defense secondary depth for the LA Rams to help them contend. We got some more breaking news. Chris Jericho signed with WWE, expected to make a return very soon. Possibly a Saturday Night Main Event or Survivor Series. CM Punk, Jericho versus Jericho. I hate when you guys make these dream bookings and you know damn well he'll be probably put with like Solo or some shit. You're better off returning Baron Corbin for no pop. Your best option is Chris Jericho, because there's no way you do a backstage segment for a guy that was already in catering. No shot. November 14th. I'll be turning 26 beforehand.
I think
And it's a punt return, back with 2.5 remaining for the Washington Commanders. Oh, down the lane, no good off Jalen Lane. Better than positive yardage than that drop that got them down at the two. Got them down at their own two. If it wasn't for Terry McLaurin getting them like plus 25 off a reception. And then other than that, Mahomes looks back to his regular self, evading the pocket, creating plays over the run, always on the audible with that pocket vision he has. Rashee Rice with a touchdown, Travis Kelce, Kareem Hunt with a touchdown. 5 for 6 for completions. Out of the pot. Oh my goodness. And that's around the line of scrimmage, but they're going to count that as an incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. And yeah, the Commanders. Thankfully, this isn't a massive setback. Thanks, they can clean up their position that they're in currently in the division, because it's fixable with the Giants' injury riddledness right now. The Giants are not in the realm to contend, even though the Niners are injury riddled. Their chances of contending is probably over already. So Commanders still needs to scratch over not even a division title should be around their conversation. Oh, it's complete. It's incomplete over Zach Ertz. Tranquil with the contest 3rd down. 2-minute warning. No Laramie Tunsil, no completion, barely over one touchdown. With 28-7 over an Arrowhead, it's hard to play against a runner-up of the Super Bowl, still with a chance to get themselves back into contending conversations after a slow September. I'm still shocked how Austin Reeves had 50 points, and the narrative is still over SGA being a foul merchant and getting on the line. And yet, I think didn't Austin Reeves have like 23 on the line? He had 26 on the foul line. Oh, but it's okay. SGA ain't shit because no other top scorer gets on the line. Hey, hack a Shaq for a reason, but the only way you were ever going to stop Shaq sometimes was fouling his ass. The same thing was for LeBron. The same thing was for Kobe anytime he attempted a fadeaway. Hell, didn't he have 81, but he had like 30-something free throws? Nobody wants to talk about that, huh? Nobody wants to talk about it. But because he doesn't do that extra shit your favorite players are known for, he's not a player worth conversating about. It's cool. Look, and I'm not even an SGA fan. I just know when you see that neglectful hypocrisy when it comes to play styles certain NBA players have, but can do it in a way better efficiency than players could do in the past. That's a problem that players don't conversate like it's religion in the dinner table. I swear to God, if you can't tell them to their face that Nikola Jokic is better than Shaquille O'Neal in certain aspects, it's a problem for certain people. I didn't say better career. I said better player. And yet they say that like I said the N-word. After the game, Star Monday Night joins ESPN. This is practically a done deal for the Washington Commanders. They have not come to play with their injuries. They've had all game and just getting outplayed. At the gun. Lined up over in the 20. Jump over the snap over Chris Jones. And it's intercepted, but the flag is up already before the release of the football by Marcus Mariota. Old Granny came with Rock'em Sock'em puppets of Chief and Commander player going at it. And it's a jump over the snap for Chris Jones for an automatic gain. Six-seven scoring workout. I heard reportedly that they're cracking down more accurate sizing. Like Kawhi Leonard's not 6'7", he's 6'6". It's still incredibly tall for his position. He is a wing, defending wing, but I guess that just doesn't look more attractive for his position he desires to play. Like a stretch forward, but that makes no sense knowing that we play the Houston Rockets. If y'all remember back in the day, they played PJ Tucker at the 5. And if we know PJ Tucker, he's a 6'5" center. Yeah, 6'5" center playing at the 5 after trading away Clint Capella. And they still were like contenders with Mike D'Antoni's lineup of like uber small perimeter floor spacing offense with James Harden, Chris Paul. And then it happened with Westbrook, then they jumped the shark. And now guess what? It's tall ball now over in Houston. KD, Alfred Sengun, Steven Adams, Asar Thompson, that's like the shortest guy in the starting rotation. Hell, get Zach Edey and see how that goes with the two. And Zach Edey is like, I think only like an inch shorter than freaking Victor Wembanyama. Oh, rolling out over his right. Mariota with still a chance to throw. It's intercepted. Game, set, match with 12 seconds remaining. And they're going to clock it here with only 28-7. And it gets picked off. Mariota was trying to roll out over the read. Trying to go for a short in route to Zach Ertz. And who's that? Tranquil with the interception. Oh, no, it's Connor. Charmy Connor with the interception. Michael Dean already had a pick. Trent McDuffie was pretty exceptional in the coverage. And they're going to probably close it off here in Arrowhead of a victory formation. 28-7. 2 games above now, above 500 for the Kansas City Chiefs. The Washington Commanders end up now 2 straws short in the rankings to contend for division opponents. Because right now, even though the Dallas Cowboys get outplayed by the Denver Broncos, they're still probably in a foot race for second to third in the division. Wild card is still looking good. Probably the biggest slots filled are probably coming from the NFC West, from the Seattle Seahawks. The LA Rams, I just picked up a new secondary before the deadline. I think it should end around Friday. And the San Francisco 49ers that did fall short but still probably the most winningest division currently in the NFL, for not counting the NFC North. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers been looking like the most legitimate team, with probably the Carolina Panthers in the race next to the Cowboys, and the Cowboys and the Commanders. Probably we'll see the Atlanta Falcons if they can get their heads out their ass right now. But that's it. Coming from me, we're going to close off here. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Thanks for the guests out of John Jay. Even for the short support, you guys can always come back and watch the stream later and just see the segments of what happened and what we missed. I don't know if I'll chop it and cut because like I have to pay extra to clip my own content. Apparently, the generators like clip it for you, and that would be nice to at least spread the content right there. But that's how it is. Thanks for watching, folks.